All right, today's topic is the 3 C's of building a sexy brand. But don't forget, before you move anywhere, make sure you subscribe to this channel. This is where I'm going to be sharing with you tips and tricks on how to not only elevate your brand positioning, but get yourself more PR and media and increase your revenue and positioning of your brand. All right, so let's talk about the 3 C's. Number 1 C is clarity of message. I tell you, the amount of people that I've watched and you ask them what they do, and they're like, well, I kind of do this and I do this, and oh, I'm a speaker, but I'm also a transformational coach. And you're like, what are you talking about? Completely unclear. See, if we're asking our audience to use too much mental bandwidth to decide or to understand what you do, they immediately turn away. Think about the conversations you've had with people. Like, that's why they call them elevator pitches, right? So that you can nail what you do and how you do it very clearly and concise, as long as an elevator ride, which I think is like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something. But you've got to be able to get that clarity, because if they're using too much mental bandwidth, they're out. So what we call is a clear grunt tested message, a grunt test. I know that sounds quite silly. However, my really good friends at the celebrity branding, they talk a lot about grunt test, or story brand. He talks a lot about grunt test, meaning a caveman could look at what you do and could grunt and say, I know exactly what it is. That's clarity, right? So it's called, does that brand pass the grunt test? They talk about that in story brand. And it's true, if you are not clear enough where you can say specifically, and here's the formula that I use, what I do and the desired outcome of my audience. So if you always hear me say, I always talk about, we create sexy brands and turn them into profit-making machines. See, sexy branding is what I do, but a profit machine is what you want. So if you think that way when you're putting together your tagline and creating a clear and concise message, that's the way to do it. And so that you have an absolute yes when someone hears what you do. Second is a congruent message. Is your message congruent throughout all of your sales processes? So are they hearing videos from you? Are they looking at sales pages? Are they looking at the things that you do? And is it congruent with actually even how you're representing yourself? I see often where someone will have, let's say, a Facebook ad, and they go to the landing pages and they're completely off. The coloring's even off, right? The message is off. And the language doesn't even feel like you're in the same world. They've got to feel like they're literally going from one world into the same world, just on a different platform. So congruency is everything. Because if someone's like, oh, I thought I was getting this, it's completely different than the ad or whatever they clicked on. You've got to make sure that the message stays congruent throughout. All right, now the last one is the most important, is consistency. How often when you are driving down the road, if you're from the US, because that's where I'm from, and you see McDonald's, and you see McDonald's, you see McDonald's, is there ever a point where you go, geez, I kind of think I should have a McDonald's, or I want a McDonald's, right? Or you talk about getting a blue car, and all of a sudden you keep seeing blue cars everywhere? See, that's the point of, that's our subconscious seeing the things that we really want. So if you're consistent and your brand, message, image, and strategy is consistent, and you're constantly in front of the right people at the right time, whenever they are looking for your products or services, or your brand is just always present for them, what happens? They think about you. The consistency is what gets them to finally pull the trigger. We know in marketing, it takes still, even now, like 19 different times for someone to actually say yes and to actually click 19 different times. That's a lot of marketing. So the more your brand can be in front of your audience consistently, clearly, and congruent, the better opportunities you have for them to say yes. All right, that's all for today's tips. But don't forget, make sure you subscribe to this channel and leave a comment down below. I'm here to help you get your brand to the space it deserves to be, so that you can get into more PR and media, so you can be exposed and reposition your brand as the expert in your niche and not be the best kept secret. So guys, branding tips for today. This is your sexy brander, Rhonda Swan, the CEO of the Unstoppable Branding Agency. I'm going to leave you with this. If you're going to create a brand, create a sexy brand. And if you're going to be anything, be unstoppable. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, subscribe and tap on that notification button so you find out every time we drop a new video. And if you want to get more of these videos and find out how to get featured in more PR and media and expand your brand, then make sure you hit that one or you hit that video on over there. We're going to give you a lot more information. And down below, there's 2 links. One is a free gift that I've got for you, and another is an application that you can fill out to find out more about PR and media and how to get yourself featured on Forbes, Inc. or Entrepreneur Magazine. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time, and be unstoppable!